is the John Desmond Bernal Prize. Leave that screen on, don't move it. It's the highest award offered by the Society for Social Studies of Science. It is awarded annually to an individual judged to have made superior contributions to the field of STS over the course of a career. It is named after John Desmond Bernal, who was a pioneer. He was a pioneer in X-ray crystallography, and then did extensive work in the history of science. I think he's probably best known for a 1939 book titled The Social Function of Science, and 4-volume history of science, published beginning, I think, in 1954. Always attending to both the knowledge and political dimensions. So it's appropriately named. The Bernal Committee was charged by President Trevor Pinch, my predecessor, and consisted of Donald McKenzie as the chair, Adele Clark, and myself. I am standing in for Donald. And I am pleased to announce that the winner this year is Professor Lucy Suchman. I should point out, given that Professor Lucy Suchman in about 24 hours will become president-elect of the Forest, that this committee made its decision 12 months ago, long before the Forest Council redesigned and implemented a new policy, a new practice for nominating presidents and council members. Dr. Suchman is Professor of Anthropology of Science and Technology and co-director of the Science Studies Center at Lancaster University. Prior to arriving at Lancaster 14 years ago, she served for 22 years at Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center, where she held the positions of principal scientist and manager of the Work, Practice, and Technology Laboratory. Dr. Suchman took all her degrees from UC Berkeley, including the PhD in 1984 in social and cultural anthropology. Professor Suchman's nearly 75 publications include Plans and Situated Actions, a Problem of Human-Machine Communication, published by Cambridge University Press in 1987. At that time, a majority of researchers in AI, artificial intelligence, used a planning model of interaction that did not take significant account of the situatedness of most social behavior. Carefully analyzing recorded interactions between novice users, this image hopefully is a computer scientist trying to use a photocopier unsuccessfully. There's another image of an anthropologist coming to help them. There's a nice video. We just have these images. And interacting with this intelligent machine. Suchman showed that even plans could be seen as representations of situated actions. A key feature of that work, and indeed of Professor Suchman's entire career, lies in how she has produced and expressed new knowledge that has effectively traveled in multiple, non-linear ways beyond the boundaries of STS, precisely by decentering the computer as technology and repositioning it within ecologies of material practices. Plans and situated actions effectively became a founding analysis for the entire field of human-computer interaction. It used to be the case that computer scientists developed hardware, and computer engineers developed hardware, and computer scientists developed and produced software. Computer engineers started to appropriate the agencies of software, and computer scientists ventured more and more into the arenas of human-computer interaction. As the field developed, the power and influence of Suchman's analyses and voice increased proportionally. The work became and remains iconic. Now, fast forward 20 years and listen to some quotes that in a way span 20 years. I'm going to call attention to longevity here. Quote, "A model of how to write transformatively about machines." Another quote, "A groundbreaking anthropology of human-machine interactions. It keeps us focused on how the boundaries between persons and machines are discursively and materially enacted." These are different quotes. "It remains vigilant in resisting the too easy erasure of differences or of difference at the human-machine interface. It eschews the romantic impulse that is all too prevalent in thinking about human-machine relations in favor of attending to quite crucial questions of difference and, I add, responsibility. A welcome interdisciplinary relay, pressing both social and computer scientists to think anew about the circuits that connect our machines and ourselves. Finally, a seminal book, although I think in this case, ovular is more appropriate. You see, 20 years later, a sequel appeared under the title Human-Machine Reconfigurations, examining the intervening developments in both computing and in social studies of science with a series of additional chapters. And the quotes that I just read to you are commentaries on that work, applying both, so in a way, describing the career. And during that period, Professor Suchman's work began calling attention to the gendered dimensions of material practices, in the structures of accountability that live in and around computing. And her teaching has focused on new forms of information and communications media, the quality of digital artifacts, and also issues concerning feminists in media research. Active in 4S throughout her career, I don't know where I am. Professor Suchman has been a founding intellectual and organizational leader of the design-oriented fields of computer-supported cooperative work and of participatory design. She was a founding organizer of Computer Professionals for Social Responsibility, an organization dedicated to the responsible use of computing technology. Indeed, she is currently a member of the International Committee for Robot Arms Control. Among the many awards she has received are the Diana Forsyth Prize for Outstanding Feminist Anthropological Research in Science, Technology, and Medicine from the American Anthropological Association, the Benjamin Franklin Medal in Computer and Cognitive Science. Pay attention to the different arenas here. In Computer and Cognitive Science from the Franklin Institute, the Award for Distinguished Scholarship from the American Sociological Association section on Communication and Information Technologies. Okay, you got this? Anthropology, Cognitive Science, Sociology. And the Lifetime Research Award from the Association of Computing Machinery's Special Interest Group on Computer-Human Interaction. You getting the point here? For both STS scholars and computer professionals alike, Suchman has re-theorized innovation, prototypes, software agents, human-like machines, workplace studies, and the people who communicate with computers. This is STS scholarship at its finest. On behalf of the membership of the Society for Social Studies of Science, I am pleased and honored to award the 2014 John Desmond Bernal Prize to Professor Lizzie Suchman.